everything is working. Crypto waffle. Why is it waffles crypto? Why does it do that? Crypto waffle. There we go. YouTube is live. Let's have a look at Instagram. Go live. Is your Instagram working, sir?
Yes.
All right, our Instagram is on. Welcome, ladies and gents, to Crypto Waffle episode 82. Today's topics are waffle. We have not prepared for today's. Let me apologise. But there's no better way than being honest. So we haven't prepared for the PvP.trade clan. We haven't prepared for ICP, or is it Targon?
Targon, Eva on
Yeah.
Tau.
So they will be next week's topics. We will promise to do our due diligence this week, preparing for next. So today is just going to be a general waffle about what's happening, what we think is going on, and other stuff. So, sir, what is at the top of your mind with regards to markets at the moment?
What has been at the top of everybody's mind has been AI powered exploits. So we had an exploit this week. Let me get my microphone. We had an exploit this week called the orchard bug, or a bug in a certain function called the orchard function.
What is that for?
It is
What's an easy way of explaining that?
It is a part of the Zcash code base that
Oh, this is specific to Zcash.
this is specific to Zcash.
Right.
Well, and whoever else builds on that particular part of Zcash.
Okay.
Specific to them, and yeah, they got hit by it earlier in the week. And what had happened was somebody found the bug using AI and disclosed it privately to the team, and the team then patched it, and everybody's funds were safe, allegedly. The slight issue is that with a bug like that, if somebody else had have known about it and had have been exploiting it, because the chain is not auditable, we will kind of never know. So
what was that allowing them to do? Was it that they able to steal funds, or
yeah, they were able to mint new coins. So it was
okay,
an
without anyone
inflationary.
knowing?
Yes. So it was an inflationary bug. Allows them to mint new coins without anybody knowing. And because it's private, it makes it even worse because obviously they're private coins, so no one's
Yeah.
supposed to know. But we don't know if people had known about it and exploited it before or not. And yeah, because of that, the Zcash price took a battering. We had tried to short it, but we had got tapped out, and literally it tapped us out and then dumped like there was no tomorrow. It
Yeah,
would
in
have
the VIP we had or I personally had 2 attempts at shorting it. Both got stopped, but then third time was lucky.
third time's the charm.
Yeah, we nailed it, to be fair. We could have held for a bit longer, down to like the 300s, but I think I can't remember where we got out now, but we made probably double what we lost and a bit more.
Yeah.
So it was worth it in the end, but it just takes a couple of attempts.
It was a tough one, and it was certainly again much like the Arve exploit, which happened around the same time as when we shorted Arve. This time, and I know you will say it's the charts and then the news just
Yeah,
coincidentally lining up with the charts.
yeah.
I will say that it's becoming a freakish coincidence that when
The
you
charts
feel
tell
like
you
the charts are
something.
lining up, yeah, then an exploit comes to pass.
I
So
mean, because in relation to what we saw on Zcash, there's Zcash. Well, in a minute we'll look at the charts, but there's the exact same sort of pattern on, I think it's WildCoin right now. and potentially Hyperliquid.
Oh,
So we'll go into that in a minute.
Hy-
But yeah,
Hyperliquid, we don't want to see have any trouble. WorldCoin could care less. Actually,
yeah.
no. WorldCoin is not World Liberty Financial, is it? WorldCoin is the
No, it's
one
Sam Altman AI thing.
where they take your eye
Yeah, retina
thing.
scanning. What should I call it? Proof of humanity.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm not that much against that particular project as I should be. I can kind of see the use cases for it.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see a use case for it in an AI world.
Yeah.
It's just whether it gets the adoption.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, as you were saying on the Zcash front,
Yeah, so well that's it really. So they've patched it up, they've fixed it up, and there was some upset about the way that they done it, and the order in which they told different service providers. Let's say there were some wallet providers. I know that the guys at Cake Wallet, which is a like a privacy first wallet, from the not from the Monero guys, but from some guys from the Monero community, and they were quite upset with the way they'd handled it and how they hadn't actually let the wallet providers know what was going on. Just some bad communication, I guess, not having the correct protocols in place for these sorts of contingencies. I remember when we had our problems many moons ago, we had two different command centers. We had one for the higher ups and the people who felt that they were more important than everybody else. But then we also had another one to reach out to exchanges, wallet providers, and other service providers for the project. So
okay.
we could kind of keep them informed on what was happening as best as we could, and they could help solve the issue with the limited knowledge that they had. Problem with these sorts of things is when there is a bug like this, and this is the counter argument, is that you can't just go around telling people, oh look, this is what's
You've
going
got to
on,
be sure of it, I assume.
and you've got to be sure that they won't exploit it. So we had
Yeah.
a situation where there was an exploit in the code base. It
Who
became
is we, by the way?
PivX. This is
Oh,
when we was
okay.
at PivX. So at the time, it was a decent sized project, top 100. And there was a problem with the code base, which meant that somebody could exploit it. And what happened was the person exploited it. They let the team know that this is the exploit that could be done. The team let a few other people know, well, this is where it gets a bit murky. But then somebody else exploited it again, but for a much larger amount. So
Oh,
so the initial hacker only done a little bit, kind of like to black the eye and say, look, here are your
yeah.
code
You
base
need to
is
get this
rubbish.
sorted.
Yeah, but then somewhere along the chain of disclosure, somebody decided, you know what, I'm going to go for gold here, and went and took a whole
Took a
lot
hell of a
more.
lot more.
It could have been the original hacker. We don't really know, to be honest with you, but that's the reason why with these sorts of things you have to be careful. So that was an interesting thing playing out in crypto world this week.
Okay. Right, let's dive into the charts just so I can show everybody for reference. We want entire screen. Can you see my trading view?
Yes.
So before we go into commodities world, here is the Zcash chart that we were looking at last week. So that is it on the daily. We had this kind of head and shoulders top setting up. If we go to the 4 hour, you can see that a bit clearer. And that head and shoulders top played out to a T, pretty much. So your target for this head and shoulders top was approximately 370. We far surpassed that and actually went as low as 250. And we now have what they call a rising wedge. Here, typically a bearish pattern. And I said in Waffle, or actually the VIP last night, I attempted another Zcash short, have been stopped. I will be looking to go again on that, because if we do go out to the daily and potentially the 4 hour, but you can also see we're just going to be retesting, give or take, maybe the 500 area, which is this orange line. Now, if you just go back in history a bit, every time we fall below that orange line, Sometimes we retest before another leg lower. And once we kind of get below it for the first time after the bull market, we never really stay above it again durably, i.e. this period here. And then once we were below again, we were below the whole time. Now, yes, this bull market might have not been as successful as last, but for whatever reason, we're now below the SMAs again. So the trend is your friend until proven otherwise. We want to use that trend as our friend. So if Zcash gets back around the 480 to call it 520 area, I will be looking to short. VIPs, have your notifications on, because I will be putting out another notification and telling you where I enter. Here's the hype chart. Now, we haven't formed the right shoulder yet, like we had on Zcash, but you have got a very clear potential head and shoulders top. Okay. And if we look at this on the 4 hour, you can see since 16th of May, give or take, we've been riding this yellow, this orange and white EMAs pretty much the whole time until recently, on the 4th. So was it Tuesday, Wednesday last week?
Yeah.
We finally came below. Now, again, I'm not a big short time span sort of person. I want daily at a minimal. This is the first time we've been durably below the 20-day SMA, well, give or take, since 13th of May, so over a month nearly, or near enough a month. And again, if we zoom into that here, you can potentially see all we're doing is a breakdown retest. So, not financial advice, but if you hold Hyperliquid or hold anything related to Hyperliquid, this is likely a rally you want to sell into if you're looking to play the downside. If you're not that fussed about whether it drops or not, by all means, hold your bags. The head and shoulders target for this, if it plays out, takes us back to around this 41 area. I will be a buyer down there. If we continue to go lower, I will be a buyer in the 30s, and I will also be a buyer in the 20s if we get it again. I sold a fair bit of Hyperliquid up around the 48, 50 area, hoping we were going to get another retest of 40s before this move. We didn't. A bit annoying, but I do think you will see 40s, high 30s Hyperliquid in the not too distant future. So that's the same pattern we looked at on Zcash. And then here's the same thing on WorldCoin. Now, I do have a live short in this currently, as you can see. Not going in my favor at the moment, but there's the pattern set up again.
Where did you get
head and shoulders? 0.46.
Okay.
Stop loss is sitting around 52 cents. So we're all right at the moment. We're tight, but then again, it's one of those ones where I think it could take a couple of probes. We might have to go in once or twice before we nail it. Now, the sensible thing to do with these patterns, right, if you're just a pattern trader, is you wait for the breakdown to confirm. So you let these candles play out, you get the breakdown. It's when we get a retest or just before the breakdown you actually go in.
Yeah.
I'm trying to front run this breakdown here. Okay, like I did in the Zcash chart.
You want to get every bit of it.
Yeah, I had 2 attempts that got stopped out with minimal, I'm talking a 2% move. If it didn't go 2% higher, I would have been all right. And we would have now really good. But yeah, I was front running the pattern. Now you can see the Zcash is a good explanation of this, is that when you get a breakdown of the pattern, what you'd like to see is a retest of that neckline. That's where you enter, and then bang, you can nail that move. Now, if we zoom in even to the hourly, you can see we never really had a breakdown retest. I mean, you might be able to argue that is here, but the likelihood of me being at my screen on the hourly when that retested, highly unlikely. So I'm not going to look at that, which is why I try to front run stuff, but I have a wider stops.
The thing is, with that massive breakdown, that's when the bug came out. That's when the bug was announced.
Yeah,
that's
you saw a bit of a waterfall effect.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you were saying earlier, though, regardless of the charts told me something was up. It just so happened that there was then bad news. So again, we could see something with regards to hype here. Like the charts are telling us our momentum of being above these SMAs on the daily since the 17th has worn out now. Are we going to have a cool-off period where we just come? I mean, it makes sense, and it makes perfect technical sense that we come back in and retest this area now, this $40 to $50 area. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Whether there's a narrative or not that fits that, I don't know. This is WorldCoin. So just on the weekly, look at this channel it's been on. So we've just spiked to the upper boundary again. Look what happened every other time we were up at that boundary. We got hammered straight back down again. So why is this time different? Like, in my eyes, it's not. Okay, every time we got there on the daily, you get back above the SMAs. Got back above the SMAs here, but it never held. So yes, we could be above the SMAs now. Do I think it's going to stay? No, not really. Especially now you've had the S&P and Nasdaq also sort of roll over as well on Friday last week. So again, I'm looking for WorldCoin to come down. The other one we discussed last week, silver. You can see this one is playing an absolute treat at the moment. I'm still in it. I haven't done anything with my position. I think on a retest of around 70, I might even double down again. So increase the size of the short, because I'm still ultimately looking for this low 50s area, the lower end of this channel. We might have to sit in it for a while, but I think it will pay out in the end. And then on a macro front, we have these things at play. So this is
just before you move on, I got out of my silver short.
Oh, okay.
Around where we are now.
What, around 68?
Yeah.
Okay, when did you get in?
It was
same sort of time?
Whatever we was when we finished our show last week.
Oh, so around the 74 area.
Yeah.
Decent trade.
So it worked out nicely, but I've got this sneaking suspicion that everything kind of shifts its price upwards a little bit because of the printing. Just feel like
like by all means we could have a bounce. Like it makes sense for silver to bounce here. Look, we're coming into contact with the 100-day SMA on the daily, which is the first time we've touched it since
But
April 25.
You see like how it will never go back to 30.
I mean, it's unlikely, right? It's unlikely. To be fair though, I wouldn't be against it going back to 35.
Oh, because that's the other.
Yeah, it's totally possible it goes back to 50, 35. Like, I'm definitely not ruling that out the picture. But again, so like you just saw the daily, we were coming in to test that 100-day SMA for the first time since April 25. On the weekly, your 50-day SMA is currently sitting at 62. And it's totally possible that we come in down there, and maybe we, over that period, this 100-day SMA creeps up to 40s, and we come and test that at some point. But yeah, in the short term, it definitely makes sense for silver to rally. Like, you've got areas of support here in the 68 region. I think we could definitely go back up to 72 again, and potentially even 77. But I think ultimately we do end up going to about 55.
Fair enough.
On the macro front, this is your dollar. This is what we want to be watching, because if the dollar breaks out of this channel that we're kind of in now on the daily, expect S&P to continue to come down, Nasdaq to come down, and risk assets to come down. Okay, dollar is king. So this dollar spike here, which is what's caused the silver drop, the gold drop, Nasdaq drop, S&P drop. Yes, that could be to do with non-farm payrolls and all these other sort of like macro data that comes out. But the key, or what you want to be watching, is this. Effectively, the dollar has got a job cut out trying to get through this 100.5 area, definitely. And then on the weekly, you can see if we were to break out this kind of double bottom pattern that we formed here, a target would put you at 104. Now, if we were to get to 104, not financial advice, but I'll be buying as many risk assets as I can with everything that I have, because ultimately the dollar's trend is lower. Because as I remind everybody every time we look at this chart, you go out to the monthly, all you need to see is lower highs. Okay, yes, it's going to feel shit scary at the time. Everything might be down, but ultimately, that's your chance to load up. You then go over to the S&Ps. Now, we were just talking about head and shoulders patterns. There's potentially a head and shoulders on the S&P. We'd need to form a right shoulder though yet. We haven't done. And potentially one on the NASDAQ. Again, we need to form a right shoulder. So there's potential bearish topping or topping patterns across the board on multiple assets. So not financial advice, but on some sort of rally back up to 30,000 in the NASDAQ and maybe 7,500 in the S&P, or any asset that's rallying back, you might want to take some profits on. Because bearish patterns, yes, they could be wrong, but if you wanted to hedge yourself, you could be incorrect. It's a sensible thing to take some money off the table. And same with gold. So kind of like we were discussing, you can see this is very similar to the silver chart. We've kind of wedged ourselves between these SMAs and some support here. And today we broke down. We're currently bouncing back up. But this, to me, your perfect opportunity to try and get a short in. You can see it acted as support here, acted as support here. It's now likely going to act as resistance. So I think that's the perfect opportunity to be looking at a short here. You probably have stops. I give myself a wide stop 4-5, probably about 4-5-20. I think ultimately you could be holding this for a while till about 4K again, quite easily on gold. So there's a lot of setups across the board. And then from a macro point of view, because we like to talk about business cycles and whatnot as well, the ISM, which is a business cycle, lines up with the copper gold cycle. You can see the copper gold ratio is starting to turn. We were monitoring this a while back, saying that we think this is going to turn soon. It has turned. I think this probably rallies into the end of the year, maybe early 27, then it likely reverts. So like it has done on all of these occasions before. So that's the charts. Anything else you'd like to have a look at?
Not really.
Yeah, it's not looking.
Everything.
It's not looking too hot, let's say.
I think it's okay because we can always short, which is the lucky thing. Yeah, that we can always short. So don't panic, I guess.
No, again, it's all about you knowing what your risk tolerance is. Like, because you could load up your stocks and shares ISA and see that you're down, I don't know, $5,000 in just after Friday last week, and you'd be, oh my god, I lost $5,000. But then when you've entered those positions in whatever you've got in your account, you know you probably entered them for a year or two. So if it's only been 6 months, like, why are you moaning? Like, you know what you were there for in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, just stay the course.
Yeah.
If you wanted to try some of that tactical stuff, like, for example, I might look to try and sell a bit of hype here on this rally and buy back a bit lower at like 40 or whatever it is. What are we at now? So no, it's 64. So I might sell it. I might try and sell some at, say, here. And then maybe I look to buy back at like 58. Just increasing that amount of hype that I have. I don't want to be greedy with the move, with the positioning. And again, I'd never recommend to do that with more than 10-15% of a bag, because if you fuck it and the thing rallies without you, you don't want to be crying over spilt milk because there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, rage.
So it's a matter of just being sensible. And to be fair, in this period, like, there's not a lot to do, if I'm honest.
People were saying that Bitcoin, they think Bitcoin has bottomed because the amount of time between the cycles has now happened. What do you think of that theory? I mean, to it being so right at the top of the last cycle.
What do you mean with
They
regards
say
to
like it
time?
takes 1,060 days for the bull market to play out completely, and then
Right.
another 360 days for the bear market to play out completely,
So
or
how long
something
are we
like
into
that.
that 360
Like
days?
we've hit it. We've literally just hit it.
Okay.
So
I
by
mean,
that metric, the bottom could be in. What are your thoughts?
I don't think so. I think we can go lower
You think we
because
can go
only.
down to that 200 week?
I mean, let's have a look where. So on the week, let's go to the monthly on Bitcoin. Let me share my screen as well. Where are we? There we are. Share. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Right. So this is Bitcoin. We are currently sitting on our 50-day SMA on the monthly, which is around a 59k area, or we've tapped it and bounced. What you may also spot here in amongst these squiggles is a bigger head and shoulders pattern. Shoulder, rounded head, shoulder. Okay, no one's going to like this, but if that was to break down, that puts Bitcoin at 30k. Like, that's nasty. Okay, but then again, remind yourselves, if we get there, you don't panic sell. You know what to do. On the weekly, we are holding or currently on the 100-day SMA. Like, we are on that. And this is the first time we've touched it since, give or take, 2023, October. That was the last time we touched this. Once we get below it on the weekly, I mean, we haven't, the only other cycle we've got durably below it was last cycle.
FTX.
Here, yeah, it was the FTX final capitulation. So by all means, we could break down to say 50, we bounce back up to 60 again. Then maybe we get the final capitulation into that 40k region.
See, so that's another part of the argument for saying that we never go below that. So if we do, the time that we did go below that was when we had the FTX collapse.
Yeah, and
Now
like you keep saying, who knows? Maybe we have a Michael Saylor thing pop up,
he's going to jail. He
and that's the
is
thing that
going
pushes
to jail.
Bitcoin down
Yeah,
at the moment.
but
I don't know. It's difficult to say. Like at the moment, on the weekly, we are holding that SMA. You could also say we're currently holding this area of, call it 58 to 60k ish, is holding. How long does it hold for? I don't know. Like this here, if I just draw this box out, that to me is a breakdown retest. So what do you do here? You short. The trend is your friend until it's broken. Yes, we could spend a bit of time chopping. Maybe we form some sort of bull flag in and around the 58 to 64k, but eventually we likely break lower. Like ETH, you can see has already made a lower low. The trend is still your friend until it's broken. Like we have to remind ourselves of this. The trend at the moment is still lower highs and lower lows. So we're likely going to see a lower low in the not too distant future. And usually the next low, if anyone watches Benjamin Cohen, usually gets put in the month of June. So I don't know when, but there will be a low form in June before some sort of bear market rally, effectively.
so you think we are close to the end?
I wouldn't say close. I think like ultimately you want to be looking for a bottom around back end of this year, maybe early next. I think you've got to let midterms get out of the way because Trump is going to continue to do what he needs to do with regards to keeping the stock market up, getting votes. Like he literally said the other day, or he made a speech about, what did he say? I saw it on the way. I saw it just before loading this up. He's like, you want to buy stock here? The stock market will go to numbers no one's ever seen before. Now, Trump hasn't been wrong in saying that every time he's said it for the last 3 years or 2 years that he's been in office. He's not wrong. Like he knows the game. He knows what's going on. So,
Chicanery.
do you listen to Mr. President and buy stock here? Or do you take the money that you've made and sit on the side?
I personally stay on the side for now. Bit close to all-time highs.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there's some good bargains like Circle I'm looking at. Circle's looking good to me. Down to 83 again.
That's like bear market lows. I guess with these crypto stocks, we're looking at them for bear market lows or near to.
Yeah, or just anywhere in the lows. Like, as long as you've got a long enough time horizon on these things, like there is nothing to worry about, like at all, within any of this.
Yeah, Circle's not going anywhere. Chances are it stays around, hangs around.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine. It's just and also you got USDC obviously coming, or Coinbase putting USDC onto hype now, so that's only going to help Circle as well.
Yeah,
and it's only going to help Coinbase stock. So Coinbase stock is another one, not financial advice, but people should look at. You best believe I will be buying as much as that as I can at the lows, as well as Circle. So, and again, if you wanted to look into short this stuff and make the most money, maybe you look at shorting PerDAT rather than hype.
yeah.
Because like we were saying the other week, to the upside, PerDAT is a high leverage play. It's going to be the same on the downside.
The downside, yeah.
So if you're looking to short across the board, here we go.
I don't think PerDAT's on.
PerDAT's on Hyperliquid.
It is, yeah. It is.
Because we put a long on, I think, in our spot, right? Not in the perps account. If that's correct.
I'll have a look.
If that is correct, the Mundo.
Yes, it looks like we've been. Oh, our silver short. Hit TP.
Boom, boom. Shake the room.
That gas is going nowhere though. It's just literally hanging around.
You love to see it.
Just chilling. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Shall we do our predicciones?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Right. Crypto Waffle, Bitcoinerino. Right, we were both well off. The head and shoulders we spotted on Bitcoin played out though. Don't know if you can see that.
Played out and then some.
Far surpassed targets of 68.
Yeah.
So yeah, nothing on Bitcoin for us there. Both horrendously wrong. ETH, again, nothing there for us.
We were saying bounce, right? There was no bounce.
Yeah, we were thinking of bounce. Hype, no, it's too far away. I said 80. We went to a high of 75. Yeah, too far.
We was at 72 at the time.
We both nailed Zcash.
Oh yeah.
And some.
Yeah.
And then silver.
Oh, I think you got the extra point.
Literally pipped you.
You did.
Like to the T. Look at that. If we zoom right in. Oh, there. Look at that. Bang on the line. We hit the low of 66. What did I say? 66?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the money.
So you win 2-1.
Bosh. Yeah, we went to a low of 66.17.
Yeah.
17 cents off.
Congratulations.
Right, so what would you like to do this week, sir?
Bitcoin.
I think we keep Bitcoin ETH hype. I think we
Yeah.
can take Zek out, and I think we put WorldCoin in.
Okay.
We can get rid of Kinetic, and then we get rid of silver and put gold.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Happy with that?
Yeah, happy with that. Oh, actually, no, we haven't got anything smaller, have we? Let's do a smaller one.
WorldCoin's pretty small.
Is it?
I wouldn't say it's massive.
That count as our smaller one? I was going to say Pepe, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, do you want to do Pepe?
Yeah, go on. Let's do Pepe. Is this a good chart? Let's have a look. No. There must be a better Pepe chart than that. Probably Binance. Try Kraken as well. And Crypto. No. No. There you go. Bosh. Right, Bitcoin. What do you think?
I think we creep back up.
To where?
Oh, it's so easy to just say 59. So easy, isn't it?
It is. It could just be a weaker chop.
All right, can I say, oh, I know what, 67. Can I go over that?
Yeah, I think do 67. Okay, you're going to do 67. I think we could come up to you, and I think we could also come back down again. So I'm going to say 58.5. ETH. Can I say 1,800, or is that not enough?
Yeah, that's enough.
$120 off.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll go a bit higher. 19.
I'm going to join you.
Okay. Hyperliquid. I'm going to say 54.
I'm going to say 72.
72, yeah?
Yeah.
72. There we go. WorldCoin. I think I might have just been stopped out on this. Alive.
Yeah, you did say 52, didn't you? Well,
Yeah,
you
I
have
think I've
now.
been stopped. But anywho, what do we think?
I think that's too high to be another shoulder. It's like that.
I am going with 40.
I'm going to go with 57.
57, yeah?
Yeah, touch that line. Touch my body.
57. Bum, 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 bum. Gold. What do you think? I'm going to say 4430.
Okay. I'm gonna say the same.
And then finally, PP. God, that's battered, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is battered. Ugh. Oh, come off it. There we go. Falling wedge, though, typically a bullish pattern.
I'm gonna say 36.
36, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
decent rally, that.
ETH recovery. Pepe recovery.
Okay, I'm going to go for a rally, but nowhere near as big as yours. Can I say 33?
You can.
Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Over to you now, sir, for Trader Windows.
This studio has changed slightly, hasn't it?
It has.
Okay.
It has.
So we're having a torrid time at the moment. I think we're 3 weeks on a
On the
losing
trot.
streak. Yeah. So we
Nasty.
haven't won since the end of May. So it's 2 weeks, but really horrible losses. Really horrible. Zcash is a particularly painful one.
Yeah.
It
Just
did-
needed a wider stop.
Yeah. But
What did we
would've
get
needed
tagged at? 581.
Yeah, we would have needed a pretty wide stop because it was at 550 when we put it in. So maybe we needed it.
550 was it? That was
Yeah.
our entry.
Yeah, 550.
Um,
It was such an obvious short as well. Such an obvious one. But stops are stops.
Yeah.
ETH, we've tried to long it 3 times. Each time we've been slapped in the
every
face.
time we've been slapped.
Every single time slapped in the face. Yet.
Right, so what do we agree on this week?
Not much. ETH is one of them.
We do agree on ETH, but I think with ETH we do a limit short.
Okay.
From that 1900. We can have stops at say 2.2 or 2.150.
Stops at
2.150, I think. Unless you want to do wider, do 2.2.
2.150 is very wide.
Is it?
I think so, yeah.
2.150.
Yeah, I think 2.150 is wide enough.
Okay.
For 19, yeah. TP?
1550. 1600, something like that. Or did you have it on buy?
Yeah. Okay.
We also agree on gold.
Can't do it though, can we?
No, we can't. We both agree on Pepe.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Pepe long.
yeah. Go on then. That won't end in tears.
Yeah, let's keep the leverage down to like 2.
Yeah, that one. Oh, hold on. Which one do we want here? Pepe, don't we?
Yeah.
We definitely want to go isolated. Let's put the leverage right down.
I think we have stops at 2.6, or is that too wide?
Um, oh. No, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay, and then take profit. I think we can have 3.2.
oh, hold on.
Oh no, 3.3. Sorry, it was ours, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're 3-3, I'm 3-6.
To do 3.4 then.
Okay. Yeah.
Come on, Pepe. Touch wood.
Crazy. Absolute crazy.
Bring us back.
You know what? Yeah, that's about right. Okay. A Pepe long. This look at this. Look at this chart. Who longs into that?
Us. Men with balls of steel.
Okay. So that's that.
So then in the non-perps account,
You want to do a gold short, do you?
what do we have on the go in the minute?
Only nat gas.
Long.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I think a gold short. So what was the silver position, by the way? What did we earn off of that? Was it all right?
It was $7.
$7. You love to
Well,
see it.
23%.
Well, we're building some money up to add to the vault.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. So we want a gold limit short.
Oh, you want to do limit?
Well, our target is 430, isn't it? So I think we do a limit short at say 400. What do you think?
I want to do a market long.
Oh, you want to long it to that?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't we do a market long? Okay, take profit at 4.4. Stop losses at 4.270 or 4.280. Then have a limit short ready to rock.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know how much margin we've got to play with, so.
Stop loss.
Oh
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think we have, because we're just going to put what we've got in. Because
Are you doing the gold USDC? Yeah.
We've only got $50. Yeah.
Okay,
So we
do
can't-
half of it. Do half of it on the long, half of it for limit short.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we do a long take profit 4.4.
Yeah. Stop loss.
Stop loss 4.270. It's a bit wide, isn't it, really?
Not really. I don't think so.
Because it's very similar. You want to be. There's no point of risking the same as their other side.
Yeah, but remember,
Yeah, no, it's wide, isn't it? Well,
This is
wide.
only there's only a small play, because then when we get up there, we're going to do a short anyway.
Yeah. Okay, no, yeah, that's fine. Do that.
And then do a limit short.
Yeah, a limit short from 4.4. And then have a TP at like 3.9. Something that's way out there. Or 4K.
Stop loss.
When are we short in 4.4? That's there. 4.5?
Yeah.
Oof.
Wallop.
You love to see it. So fingers crossed we have a better week than last week.
Oh, I can't see it. Not with that bloody that Pepe on. Pepe looks a bit wild. But
Let's see how we get on. And next week, by the way, I will be somewhere in Europe.
okay.
I don't know where. I have my Starlink just in case I need to set it up. Apparently, there is a router on the camper van already. If it's no good, I have a backup device to get me online.
Perfecto.
So hopefully, I can show you some cool views.
Yeah. Yeah. We look forward to it.
Yeah.
That wraps us up, I guess. 10 minutes.
It does. We're under time. It's the first time I think ever.
Yes. Yes, probably. Maybe
Probably
once.
a very long time ago since
Yeah.
we lasted a 50-minute episode. But that is probably due to us being unprepared
Ill prepared. Yes, sir.
for today.
Ill
Yeah, so just
prepared.
as a reminder for next week, we will be looking, I'll finish setting up our PvP.trade clan on Hyperliquid. I currently have 2 shorts in that running, a world coin short and a silver coin short. If you want the invite for that, drop us a message personally or in the Crypto Waffle Telegrams. I will add you to the Telegram group. We will then cover Trojan on Tau, Torgon,
Targon.
Targon on Tau, and we will also look into the ICP network to see
Yes.
how it's changed with regards to my old post that I did back in 2021, 22,
The good old
something like
days.
that. Yeah, I'll show everyone the old Financial Navigator and his content.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
So until next time, ladies and gents, thank you very much for tuning in, and we shall see you